Hey, it's Steve. And if you've ever been told you're too sensitive, well, this is for you. Number one, you're not too sensitive. It's possible that you're too reactive, and that's an important topic that will be for another day, but you're not too sensitive. See, that label gets thrown around, and it's might be a little strong to call it abusive, but it's really harmful and damaging, because the way that people who get that label attached to them often respond is, well, through some form of becoming less sensitive. And that can take any number of forms, whether it's using substances to kind of numb yourself or help yourself not feel so much. Obviously, that can be very problematic. Whether it's kind of checking out from the world in other ways, or whether it's just trying to block and repress those feelings. The brute force method, I often call it, and this is the one a lot of guys take. It's what I tried and then failed miserably at eventually. That brought me a nice anger problem for a while. Also, a really, really fun experience with depression that I wouldn't wish on anyone. See, and this is the thing. Let's look at just the idea of sensitivity and elevated sensitivity. In many places, in fact, in most places, that's considered a good thing. Loudspeakers that are more sensitive are better, right? Because they can produce more subtle nuances with sound. And that's really, sensitivity means a greater level of attunement to your environment. And there are so many different ways that can be used, right? And it can be in an auditory sense, in a visual sense, in a relational sense. So this is not a weakness. It's a freaking superpower. But like any superpower, you have to learn how to use it. And until you learn how to use it, it can be really problematic. And there's a reason why that kind of archetypal comic story of superheroes having to learn how to control their powers exists. Because we all do have various powers. This is just one example. And we have to learn how to control them. But our society has deemed sensitivity as bad, especially if you're a guy. And it's garbage. It's a superpower. And if you have had the experience of limiting it, controlling it, or repressing it, or having it be an obstacle for you, what I would like you to recognize is it does not have to be that way. It can actually be a gift, a really, really important and powerful thing. Because I can tell you from my own experience, without embracing that part of me and really learning how to use it, I wouldn't have been able to do the work I've done as a therapist and as a coach. There's just no way, right? But because I have, it allows me to do it in a way it's really, really more impactful. And so for you, there is something there that you can do with that. I don't know what it is. You might not. But that's not the point. It is not a weakness. It is not a flaw. There's nothing wrong with being sensitive. You're not too sensitive. You just might not know how to use it yet. So if this is something you've struggled with, whether you've succeeded in, kind of learning how to use it or are still struggling with it, I would love to hear from you. Feel free to leave a comment below. Get in touch with me directly if it's not something you're comfortable sharing publicly. And I'd love to see what's going on and whether or not that's something I can be of help to you with, because this is a really important topic that I feel quite strongly about, as you can no doubt tell. And I really think there's so much that the world is missing out on because there are so many people who have a lot to offer but are keeping it held back. So that's my rant on this. I hope your day is going well, and I will talk to you soon. But until then, as always, keep moving forward. I'll see you later.